Hello everybody, how you doing? That was horrible. Hello everybody, how you doing? That's still horrible. Hello everybody, how you doing? Are you guys ready to learn a little bit about social media? No? You were here to wonder, should I get free coffee or should I get free beer? So, I would do my Harry Carey impersonation, but it's the wrong team, and that's probably not a good idea. Like, Bob Uecker impersonation is similar to Harry Carey impersonation, except it's just not as much Budweiser inside of him, right? Sure. Something like that. So, good evening and welcome to the game, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thank you very much for coming to Social Media Breakfast. It's great to actually see a room like this completely full. It looks like everybody that signed up has actually come to this, and that's awesome. So thank you very much. Give yourself a round of applause. So now I get to tell you what's going on with Social Media Breakfast, who we are, what we do, why we do this, and everything else like that. So Social Media Breakfast, our basic focus is for social media through presentations, through panel discussions, and case studies at 7 a.m. in the morning. And you got out of bed early for this, didn't you? I know I did. It's like I don't get out of bed at 10 o'clock. It's too early for me. But we also network. We bring together marketers. We bring together PR professionals. If you're sitting next to somebody that you haven't said hi to, let's do that right now. Turn to the person to your left. Turn to the person to your right. Say hi. How you doing? Pass off a business card. That's enough. No more networking. We're done with the networking. So anyway, this is what this is all about, is to learn what other people are doing, because you never know. The person next to you might be doing something that you need some help with, and they'll be able to help you. They'll be able to network with you, and they'll become your next best friend in the social networking. Hi, how you doing? So anyway, so that's what this is all about. And you wake up for that, and that's the important thing. So when do we meet? We meet every third Wednesday morning of the month. Third Wednesday morning of the month. So if you're wondering when next month's is, it's the third Wednesday of the month. There you go. All right, we have various locations. We usually host about rooms that have about 200 to 300 people. When we get events like this, that's really busy, and you really want to learn about what's going on with social media. So if you want to sponsor, if your company wants to sponsor, walk up to your boss and say, "Hey, I just saw 200 people sit in a room talking about social media. I think we should get in on this and sponsor this for next month." And you'll be surprised, they might just say yes. And then you'll be a rock star like myself up here. Anyway, yeah, I know, nobody said anything. I don't just. So if you also have ideas for speakers, if you are a speaker yourself, let people know. Let Tony know. Let myself know. Let the rest of the board know. I'm going to talk about them in a second. And you could be up here too, in front of a microphone, kind of sweating in front of 200 people. If you'd like to contribute to a committee, you want to be a part of anything, just let us know, and we will we'll gladly accept donations in form of cash. All right, here's our board members, and most of them are here today, which is really cool. We're going to start with Bill Hurley, and if you hear your name, stand up and jump around and say hi. Bill Hurley, Krista Ledbetter, Krista Bug, if you're following on Twitter, and feel free to follow all these people on Twitter, because they've got some really cool Twitter feeds. We got Emily Olson.
Go Brewers!
Go Brewers, from Talent CPA. And how is the tax season? It's now over.
Done.
It's done. We're all happy our taxes are done, right?
Yep. Yes.
Exactly. And we got Tyler Pawchek. I was trying to pronounce that name last night 50 times. At Tyler Pawchek. Myself, Jeffrey Powers. You find me at Geekazine, Think Magazine, put in a geek. That's how I normally say it. Lance Radsky, who's behind. He's the one actually. They put together the food, so let's give them a. Rates, I did that wrong. I always said Ratsy. Rates. Okay. Rena Rip, she's the one that's in the front. There she is right there. She was greeting you guys at the door. Renee. You know, when you're standing up here and you're going, I get to do this, it's so exciting. And then it's like, everything goes out the window.
All your friends.
Yeah, I have to think out of the paradigm here. So anyway, Tony Rodriguez. He's right there, Tony Rodriguez, of course. Hey Nudge. Why'd you choose Hey Nudge?
So my poker nickname is Nudge because I'm never paying attention, so they always.
Oh, so you're not a good poker player. I'm gonna play poker with this guy coming up. Mike Walsh, who's Mike G Walsh on Twitter. Where's Mike?
There.
He's right there. He's tweeting along, of course, and Bob Weicker, the man with the camera, taking the pictures and blinding you with the flash. So there you go. Follow, like, engage, contact us. That could be a hashtag if you want to hashtag it that. If not, that's fine. Everything is SMBMad. Don't do mad SMB, SMBMad. So SMBMad.org, Facebook SMBMad, Twitter SMBMad, Instagram SMBMad, so on and so forth. The only one is this LinkedIn, which is a tiny URL. But everything else is SMBMad. SMBMad@gmail.com. Feel free to email us with anything, any questions. All right. Before we start this show, we want to let you know about our future ones, which is, the next one is...
The third
Go ahead.
The third Wednesday of May.
Give her a round of applause. She did it. Congratulations. All right, May 21st, we have Christopher Parr with TDS. And of course, he's got that Twitter handle. If you can't see it, it's PURSUITIST. Go ahead and follow that, and you'll find out more about him. And then on June 18th, our own Mike Walsh is going to be up here, and he's going to be talking about what's been happening with his site and what he decided to do about it by traveling the world. You know, it's a very inspirational story. If you haven't been following it on Facebook, follow it, Flight for Sight, Facebook Flight for Sight, and of course Twitter Flight, the number 4, Sight, and go from there. But we're here to find out a little bit about social media, a little bit about Brewer baseball, a little bit about having a little bit of fun. And I've heard a couple of you are actually going to the Brewer game. Who's going to the Brewer game today? I know there's a couple. I talked to a couple already. Oh, Paul Stokes over there. He's going to be doing, yes?
Raise your hand if you have a seat next to you that's open.
Oh, yeah, if you have a seat next to you that's open, please raise your hand. All right, there you go. So basically, what we're going to talk about using social media to engage fans and build the brand. The best part about these sessions is a lot of people don't realize how much behind the scenes a sports team can do. And I've heard many different companies. From here last month, we had the Packers on, and they talked about social media. I've heard how brands like the WWE have been crushing out social media. These are the groups, these are the people that you want to listen to and get your ideas from, because they know they have to use these in many different ways. So what we're going to do, before we do that, first of all, it's brought to you by our friends over at Wisconsin Distributors, American Family Insurance, Charter Business, Yellow's Cafe, Robert Wydra, WPS, Axley, Suttle Strauss, hey, there's me, Badger Graphics, and Melissa Carlson. So if do we have anybody coming up to speak?
So AmFam, Charter, Wisconsin Distributors, and Broadfest is going to.
Yes, and we're gonna have Tim Metcalf.
So Jen go first, and she's our host.
Jen?
Hostess, I should say.
Let's hear it for Jen.
Welcome guys to our facility. Sorry for tight scrunch. We usually try to carry more beer in here than people. So we are a beer wholesaler. We cover about 22 counties in southwest Wisconsin and various brands. So today we have Wisconsin Brewing Company with us, and Vanessa from the brewery is actually here as well. And we will be giving away the beer at the end, so don't leave early, please. Also, we are a sponsor of the Madison Mallards, which they are here today as well. And so we don't distribute all the way to Milwaukee, unfortunately. So we have our kind of local team, the Madison Mallards. and they wanted to give away 2 Great Dane Duck Blind tickets for the winners of, we're gonna use the hashtag today, of Mallard's Moments. So if you guys have a favorite Mallard's moment that you had the last season that you're looking forward to this season, please tweet at the hashtag Mallard's Moment, and we will select 5 winners by the end. And, one more thing, sorry. Under your seats, there's 7 seats, and you don't have to look now because it's very scrunched in here. There is 7 winners, and it just says winner at the bottom of the seat, and that is for 7 Mallard's baseball caps. So, we are at Beer Society of Wisconsin, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please follow us. Thank you.
What was that hashtag again? Mallard's Moments is the hashtag. Remember, it's plural. Mallard's Moments. Who want to have it? Everybody's turning. We're gonna have a full brown. I saw a ticket over there. She's got a golden ticket. Who's got a golden ticket? You get to see Willy Wonka too. No, I'm kidding. Was it underneath my seat? Did somebody check underneath my seat? Was there a ticket there? No? Oh, darn. All right, let's get going here. We've got Tom with Charter, and we've got a contest here.
Yes, we do. As usual, Charter, we have the $50 Amazon gift card we give away each morning. No spam or cash, no spam anybody, and all the past winners, I think all of them are real happy with that. So it's just a good way to get the blood going and free money in the morning. So let Jeff Drodge.
Pick my name, pick my name, pick my name, pick my name. Ooh, nice card.
That is a nice card. Josh Hushin. Josh, if you're here, just come get with me afterwards. I'll get your info there. So, again, at Charter Business, we offer some fastest internet speeds around here. Wisconsin Distributors, one of our great clients as well. So, if you need help with your internet speed to do some turbo tweeting, give us a call. Thanks.
Well, congratulations, All right, next up.
Hi, Tom Buhlein from American Family Insurance. I run the social media. You'll be seeing some of our tweets today. A couple of quick things. We have a really great Green Bank space downtown Madison. Drop your card over here with Chris and win a chance to hang out with our social media team to talk social media down at Green Bank. We'll pay for lunch and talk social media. Also in my hand, I have 4 pretty awesome tickets to a Brewers game June 2nd. Against the Twins. These are 6th row behind the plate seats. They also have preferred parking and passes to the Johnson Controls Stadium Club. These are courtesy of our CEO, AmFam Jack. Follow him on Twitter if you would. It's worth your time. So tweet at AmFam, tell us who your favorite all-time brewer is, and we'll pick a random winner for these 4 awesome tickets. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we get Tim up here, really quick, I'm going to finish the presentation really quick. Our hashtag is always, maybe you guys got this one. What would it be, our hashtag?
SMBMad.
I'm sorry, what was that?
SMBMad.
That guy. SMBMad. Remember to put it in your hashtag if you're doing Foursquare. Put that in SMBMad and go from there. So next up, we're going to have Tim Metcalf. Of course, how many people have been to Broadfest? Of course, and they're going to talk a little bit about Broadfest. So without further ado, here you go, Tim. I think you want me to click it for you, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for having us. This year at Broadfest, we have a bunch of really exciting announcements, but the biggest one is we just announced this on our Facebook page on Monday of this week. Brett Michaels will be playing at Broadfest this year. And what's cool about that is Brett's playing for free. So it's free parking, free admission, and free music at Broadfest. So I'm not a real whiz at social media. Go ahead and click it. But what was really cool about this is we just got the confirmation that Brett was going to play on Monday. So I put it on Facebook, and I posted it at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sitting there on the phone with our promoter, going, you know, there was 1 like, and then there was 2 likes, and I'm going, God, this is really kind of a bummer. I only got like 2 likes on this thing. And then it started. You ever see that one commercial where a guy launches his company and it starts to go click, 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 and as he's getting his orders in? Well, that's what started happening with Brett. Is it started going click, 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 And before we knew it, by 10 o'clock that night, we had over 120,000 views on just this one Facebook thing. What was even cooler about that is it got shared 1,500 times. And I guess a share is so much cooler than a like. So that was really exciting. So this is a really exciting news for us. So we've got Shooter Jennings, Maggie Rose, and Brett Michaels coming to Broadfest. The island can only handle 10,000 people from what they tell us, so we got 126,000 views. So we're not sure what's going to show up, but it's going to be a pretty exciting event this year. Go ahead and click it. Other things that we got going on, we've got a Broadfest run, we got a 5-minute 10K. This is like the third year that that's been going on. We have sponsorship opportunities for anybody that's interested in that, and you know, we ask you to, you know, Facebook it and tweet about it. We also have Brody Ball this year, which is a 6-man co-ed tournament. We've got the Little Mustard Run, which is for kids 10 and under. We've got camping this year, which is the first time we've ever had that. We got water sports. You can do paddle boarding. We have a kids zone. A lot of fun, great, cool things going on. Go ahead and click it. And what we ask you to do is follow us. Right now we have about 13,000 fans on our Facebook page. What's really cool about our Facebook page is our fans are really engaged. Every time we do a post, 7,000 people view it. I don't know why, but they're just really engaged with us. And we also tweet, so we ask you to follow us on Twitter. Go ahead and click it. We've got a lot of opportunities. We've got things up here that you can look at: stage sponsorships, kids zone sponsorships. We have a VIP tent for sponsors. One of the things that we'd like to do is give away 2 VIP passes for a VIP tent. And how are we going to do that?
If you're here, just tweet
Right, Mike?
hashtag Broadfest.
Oh, okay. Just tweet hashtag Broadfest. And these VIP passes, what's cool about that is the tent is right by the main stage. So you're going to be right there when Brett Michaels, and who knows, maybe he'll come out and see us, I don't know. But it's really a cool place, so go ahead and tweet that. And you can see Betsy up here for sponsorships. Go ahead.
Sorry.
And the other thing that we have that's an opportunity to advertise is we have LED boards by the stages. So in between the bands, we'll be running 60 and 30-second commercials and PowerPoint. So if you want to be a sponsor, that one of the benefits is not just getting a banner at the site or being on one of the stages, but if you have commercials that are already in the can, we can run those at Broadfest this year, so that's kind of cool. We also have a mobile app this year, so there's sponsorship opportunities on that. Go ahead and click. And I guess that's it. So stop by our table and come out and Broadfest and have fun with us.
Thank you very much, Tim. I've been to I was telling him, I've been to every Broadfest that from this day, the first time that I could actually go. I've only missed one Broadfest because of other obligations, but definitely go and support. It's great opportunity and great sponsors. So anyway, let's move on from here. We're gonna, is this ours or is this
We're gonna
ours?
hand it off.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hand it off. Like I said, SMBMad for the hashtag. Please use that when you're tweeting out these nuggets of information. So what we're going to do is we're going to hand the microphone off to Caitlin Moyer, and she's going to talk about using social media, engaging fans, and well, first of all, we have a video. That's right. So let's go ahead and play this video.
Morning, everybody. Hopefully that kind of woke you up this morning. I'm Caitlin Moyer. I am the director of new media for the club, so I handle all of our social media accounts. Just as a little bit of background, I'm from Wisconsin. Went to school here at Marquette, and started working for the Brewers as an intern back in 2003. And never really left. So if you're doing the math, I mean that's all before Facebook even existed. Just as I was getting to work with the Brewers full time was when Facebook was really just taking off for college students. So my job has really evolved and changed a lot over the last 10 or 12 years. So our objectives when it comes to social media, you can see we have quite a few. First and foremost, integration with paid media and communications. So kind of falls within the PR, media relations function of the business, as well as marketing and ticket sales. We like to increase brand awareness, build positive brand influence. Of course, ticket sales is a huge priority for us. And then feedback and dialogue with our fans is really, really important. And then we really try our best to provide that insider content, that behind the scenes look that not many people have access to. That's what really drives the engagement for us. It's also great for event-specific promotion, not only day-to-day with our different games, but our...
You gotta kind of eat the mic for them to hear you.
All right, is that better? Our non-game day events at Miller Park, so using the facility year-round, we have events like a mini marathon, we've got concerts that we've had, those types of things that will help promote too. So we're on pretty much every platform that you can think of, from Facebook to Tumblr and everything in between. Like I said before, it's really an integration between marketing and communications. We drive all of the messaging, but we work with all the other different departments to get content. Let's say someone in community relations is out with a player at like a school visit or something like that. If I'm not physically there, I count on them to let me know about the appearance first of all, and maybe take a photo. And if it's something that we can use, we will. Everybody in their different positions has different access. That's kind of how we look at it. So they can provide the content too. We have an editorial calendar that we try to plan for, but of course, as we know, things come up and you have to be ready to react as well. We also have a monitoring and scheduling programs that we're able to work with, and then Major League Baseball Advanced Media, that's that MLBAM up there. They're an arm of Major League Baseball based out of New York, and they help with all the club's efforts from a league level. I'm just going to go quickly through each of our different channels and how we use them and how we differentiate. So with Facebook, what we do there the most is interact with our fans and listening in on the conversation. If we post something, we can tell right away if it's a promotion that's going to be popular or not. We can kind of get the feedback on how people are feeling about the team, that sort of thing. Promoting events, doing ticket offers, and posting contests. Right now, over 765,000 people like us, which for perspective puts us at 16th in MLB in terms of number of likes. So to be the smallest market in all of Major League Baseball and be in the middle of the pack in terms of numbers, I think is pretty good for us. What you're looking at up there in the upper right-hand corner, that is a Brewers logo made out of Pepsi cases. So just as an example, one of the highest pieces of content that drove the most engagement, just this picture. I was out at Pick and Save, grocery shopping, really cool thing that the distributor had done. Pepsi's a sponsor of ours, a Major League Baseball sponsor, so not an issue or a conflict. Through the picture up there, lots and lots of shares. So Pepsi continues to do a really great job with these types of displays. They've done our retro logo, they did the sausages and Hank this year, so those continue to be really popular, but it's not just a straight sales messages. It's something unique and different and shareable. And then for Twitter, obviously we post more frequently on Twitter. The channel just lends itself to that, but posting updates, photos, links, of course hashtags for all of our specific events. We even do specific hashtags to kind of funnel series conversations. So like today's game would be hashtag MIL versus STL. So people talking specifically about the Brewers Cardinals games can check that hashtag for the conversation. We promote events, we target groups. So like every Friday night we have student night. Students, high school and college students get in for a special discount and they get a special promotional item. This year it's sunglasses. We can tweet, hey, at Marquette, tonight's student night, remind your students to show their college ID and save on tickets, and more than likely those universities will retweet that message to their student body. So those types of things with different groups have worked well for us on Twitter. As you can see over here, that's our Twitter roster. We've got not only the Brewers account, but Bernie Brewer, who I'll talk more about. He's the #1 followed mascot on Twitter. We use him as a different kind of voice than the @Brewers account. We've got the Brewers PD, which is player development. So if you're really into what's going on in our minor league system, you can follow that. We've got Brewers MIL Authentics, which is an arm of our retail stuff, so game use merchandise, that sort of thing. Brewers CF, which is our community foundation. So if you're into our charitable efforts and things like that, you can follow them. Brewers Events, that's that non-game day. So if you want to have your wedding at Miller Park, if we're hosting the mini marathon that I talked about, those types of things. We've got Brewers Baseball, which is the Spanish language account. So it's the Brewers account that is translated. And then the rest of those are all the different players that are on Twitter. And this changes pretty frequently with guys, a lot of new guys getting on there, some guys that say, hey, it's not for me, and they jump off of there. So it's keeping up with all of that as well. We do not post for any of the players. It's all of them doing it themselves, but it is something that we have to monitor and keep an eye on. So I get alerts every time one of these guys sends a tweet, and just making sure it's okay. If there's anything that raises a red flag, we make sure we get on the phone immediately. But we've been lucky, as the guys get younger, the younger guys are coming up. It's something that they've kind of grown up with and become accustomed to. It's just instinctive and natural to them. So they've been pretty good about it. We try to talk to our minor leaguers too, and so that way when they do come up, they already have some experience, and we scare them with some horror stories too. So I mentioned Bernie Brewer. So the @Brewers account has its own voice, and it's fun, but it's still kind of this brand, right? So Bernie is more of a personality. You think of Bernie, you think of the #1 mascot. He's the biggest cheerleader for the team. So his voice is, last night we lost. So the @Brewers account tweeted out, we lost, we'll get them next time. Like, okay, people are kind of skeptical, like sarcastic about it. But if Bernie says that, that's really what you expect Bernie to say. No one can really fault him because he's the #1 mascot. So his voice is more positive, more fun, really interacting with fans as just a friend. So that's really allowed us to build his following a lot. He'll jump in on conversations. I think after we were playing the Pirates, somebody just randomly tweeted, I think it was a Pirates fan, I hate that Brewers mascot, because we had hit a home run and Bernie went down a slide. They must have been watching on TV. Bernie retweeted him, what did I ever do to you? It's just that kind of fun engagement stuff. So as you can see here too, he jumps in on the conversations, that real-time marketing to a smaller extent. This was during Saturday Night Live last year, watching Saturday Night Live, and Brewers 10-packs commercial comes on right before Saturday Night Live. Really great placement, really powerful commercial. So Bernie tweets, anyone else see the Brewers commercial during Saturday Night Live? Forget Beaver Fever, because Jesse Bieber was on that night. That was trending. I've got Brewers Fever, and then used our event hashtag and linked to the commercial. So just, a lot of people are following that hashtag. It's late at night, just jumping in that conversation. Similar with the Grammys, what Grammys song would you choose for Brewers players at bat songs? The Grammys is another time when people are following along with their Twitter feed. Now we've inserted Brewers into the conversation in a subtle way. And really having Bernie as that voice has allowed us to kind of take him to different places. So the top photo there is of a Bernie Brewer. We had a Where's Bernie promotion a few years ago. I don't know how many of you guys, raise your hand if you remember that. We had a kind of a gnome scavenger hunt type promotion. Probably gained the most exposure because there was one person that took advantage of the promotion and took like 17 of these gnomes and was kind of hoarding them, and it kind of blew up. But that was the intent of the promotion, was just to have fun, to get people to go out into the county parks, down to the lakefront, and find these Bernie Brewer statues. And what we did was leverage his Twitter account to tweet out clues to where these things would be. So another promotion that was fun, that really did help build his following, by the way. But we've also got this statue over here in the ballpark. People can take their photo with it. They can upload the photo to Instagram or tweet it out and use the hashtag Love Bernie, LUV Bernie, which is a partnership with Southwest Airlines. And then those photos are pulled onto a page on Brewers.com and people can check them out. Last year, this photo over here of the couple, we celebrated Bernie's birthday. It was his 40th birthday, so we had birthday weekend at Bernie's. And we allowed people to upload their photos and put mustache on, and then the birthday logo, and then we shared those photos across our platforms as well. So really the opportunity of having this Twitter account and then leveraging it. The photo that you're seeing in the bottom is another partnership with Southwest. Bernie had never gone to spring training before. For those of you who've been to spring training, you know that we do our sausage races down there, just like we do at Miller Park, but for some reason Bernie's never been down there. So instead of just sending him down there for a weekend or whatever, we decided to make an event around it, and we worked with our partners at Southwest to really make it fun. I'm going to show you guys a brief video. So you can see that that's how we took that opportunity and give the sponsors some exposure too, but really made a big event around it. When Bernie was up in the air, he sent a tweet from 30,000 feet or whatever it was, and he wrote a diary of while he was there and did a lot of fun stuff at spring training. So having that account for us is really huge in relating to the fans. He also does like regular things like Tuesday trivia. He'll say, where are your tweet seats tonight, asking fans to tweet their section, row, and seat, and we might go by and surprise a lucky fan randomly with some autographed merchandise or t-shirt, things like that. We're also on Pinterest, which is a great opportunity for us to target the female fan, as we know the demographics of Pinterest, showcasing some of our retail items, as well as pinning impactful photos and getting creative. The graphic that you're looking at up there was something that I always thought Miller Park looked like a heart with a roof, and I have a graphic designer here with me today, Jeff, and I told him I was going to pick on him, but he kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really look like a heart to me. We finally got a female graphic designer in our department. Hey Molly, would you just humor me and make this graphic? And so when we posted, we had a friendly bet on how many shares it would get and pins and whatnot, and it was one of our highest pinned things, and they were thinking about making a t-shirt with the design, so I told you so. Also, you know, quotes are big on Pinterest, so just taking some baseball quotes with some fun photos. A tailgating checklist, that's a huge thing that people can download before coming to the ballpark. I think we thought of pretty much everything that you might need to have your perfect event. It's kind of hard to see, but up there, the presentation idea, you can have keychains and get creative with your name on them in the team store. So to highlight that product, we came up with the idea of using the keychain as a gift tag. So it's kind of a 2 gifts in 1. People actually went to the store and said, I want to buy the thing that I saw on Pinterest. So we know it's working. And Google Plus, we don't do a lot on Google Plus. Right now, we just know that search engine optimization, you kind of just have to be there. So to be honest, it's not something that we dedicate a ton of time to. It's pretty much just Facebook stuff regurgitated there. Tumblr, MLB, this is one where MLB said we want every club to have a Tumblr account, and what would you want to do with yours? We know they work well if they're themed. So they say, you know, some clubs have concession, like ballpark food. Some clubs do celebrities at their ballpark. Well, we already had a concession thing going on, which I'll talk about in a minute. We don't have a ton of celebrities at our ballpark, at least not enough to have a Tumblr account dedicated to it. So we came up with the idea of using bobbleheads on our Tumblr account because Wisconsin, Milwaukee, bobbleheads are huge. We have 8 giveaways of bobbleheads this year alone. Actually 9 now if you count Hank. So here's an example of how we've used the Tumblr account in the past. So bobblehead of Aaron Rodgers and then Jonathan Lucroy, and then the copy there says, reminder, Sunday's Brewers versus Cardinals game time has been changed to 7 o'clock. Who will be watching the Packers game, then coming out to Miller Park on Sunday night, hashtag Wisconsin doubleheader. So just highlighting that, hey, you can still come see the Brewers game, you don't have to miss the Packers game, that sort of thing. And then Instagram allows us to take obviously cool photos and videos and then share that content back across all of our other platforms. Contests have been fun for us. This one that you're looking down here, that was our Instagram contest for Grandparents' Day. So grandparents show a photo with your grandchildren or vice versa, win tickets to the game. We've done pumpkin carving contests, all of that kind of stuff too, to keep us year-round relevant with the fans. And then I also co-author one of our club blogs called John and Kate Plus 9. John Steinmiller is our manager of media relations. So again, that PR and marketing spin, when we started the blog about 5 years ago now, we each had kind of a very different look at the club and different insights. So again, behind the scenes information, event coverage. I mentioned the concession reviews. We were already doing this on the blog before we created a Tumblr account, so we didn't want to move it off there, but we have a segment called What John and Kate Ate, and we just review the different ballpark foods that come up. Our chefs have been really creative. Sometimes they have stands where they change out the food by series. So the Cardinals are in town, they have a gooey butter cake, custard, or whatever it might be. So we'll inform fans about that. I've done a segment called There Is No Off-Season 4, where we highlight someone. Maybe it's a grounds crew. What do you do in the off-season? Usually people think that we don't do much in the off-season. Maybe we're in Arizona too, we take the year off. They're surprised to learn that we work year-round. So our common response is there is no off-season. So to try to show the fans there is no off-season for Michael Betcher, director of grounds crew. You know, what does he do? Most people would be surprised to know that grounds crew is involved in snow removal from the lots. How are they replace the turf in the outfield this past off-season? How do they put the field to bed? We're using grow lights, all those interesting things. So it might be featuring grounds crew one day, or the director of entertainment. He or she is planning on a fan fest, and oh, by the way, you know, fan fest is this date, and you can get tickets, that sort of thing. And we're consistently ranked in the top 10 for our blog in all of Major League Baseball, which I'm really proud of, so we work really hard on that. The picture that you're looking at on the top, that is from our social media night. So we host at least an event once every year. Last year we did social media in the media, so it was an opportunity for about 75 people to buy tickets to a pre-game panel discussion about how social media has changed the work of the media. So we had someone there from the Journal Sentinel, someone there from the radio, someone there from TV, just talking about how, you know, the news cycle has changed and citizen journalism and what does that all mean. So people took in this pre-game discussion. We had a player that was on Twitter stopped by to say hello, Bernie Brewer stopped by, and then they got to enjoy the game in one of our all-inclusive areas. The year before that, we did a social media and sports night. So we had the Packers there, we had the Bucks there, some local universities, the Admirals, talking about how we all use social media for our respective sports. So I believe we'll be hosting at least one social media night this year, but I think the demand has grown, so we might change up the format a little bit, so stay tuned for that. What you're looking at down below is kind of a fun story that came out of spring training. One of our pitchers, Kyle Loesch, is known to be a pretty good golfer. He's a scratch golfer, and in spring training thought it would be fun to maybe accompany some of the guys. A lot of the pitchers actually play a lot of golf. So accompany them on the golf course. I play myself, take some photos, just show people that other side of their personality. Well, Kyle Loesch wanted to put some stakes on it. So said, okay, fine, you know, the three of us, so this is Will Smith, me, there's Kyle, and there's Tyler Thornburg, we'll play against you. And if you lose, you have to join Twitter. Because the rest of us are on Twitter. And he's that good where he could take on 3 people, all of us playing a scramble, a fastball against him. And he lost in the 17th hole. So he owned up and he joined Twitter this year because of that. It was kind of a fun story that came out of it. And then with all these accounts, and how do we direct fans where to find us? It's a lot of messages. So we keep it clean with directing fans to our social media clubhouse, which is at brewers.com/connect. So connect with us, engage with us. There you'll have our current Twitter roster. You can see over here links to sign up for even our mobile text alerts, our email list, and then follow us on all those different platforms. So it's an easy message for us to get out there. Along with that, we also are encouraging people to download our apps. So we don't have brewer-specific apps. Again, this is where that Major League Baseball advanced media comes into play. They've created MLB at Bat and MLB at the Ballpark, and then you can customize it within that to which club that you're following. So At Bat is a paid app. There is a free version, but the full app experience where you can watch games, you can listen to games, and things like that. There is a fee for that. But then once you're at the ballpark, if you download MLB at the Ballpark, that's a completely free app, and that is to enhance your experience at Miller Park. So you download that app, you select Miller Park. Once you come in, you can check in, just like you would check in on Foursquare or something like that. We have offers that we can tailor to, everyone gets a ticket offer, the 5th person gets a free, tater tots at AJ Bombers, or this is your 5th visit, you've earned a free ticket, all those types of things. You can do that through the app. There are stadium maps on there. There are concession maps. You can have the ability to integrate a game on there. You can load your tickets if you have like Passbook, it integrates with that. There's a lot of things that we can do with this app. New for this season though, have you guys heard about iBeacons? Anybody heard about that? So it's popular new technology with Apple. So it only works with the Apple devices right now, but basically using Bluetooth low energy technology, we have these small beacons that have been installed in Miller Park. And if you have your Bluetooth turned on, your location services working, you have this app. When you walk in, it will automatically check you in. Now let's say that we wanted to kind of do a self-guided tour. Now you walk by Bernie Brewery Chalet and a little notification will pop up on your screen and it will, do you want to learn more about this? Ability to do that with sponsor locations too. Right now we're only testing it with the check-in, so there's an automatic check-in component, but there's a huge capability to do a lot more with it. You walk by the store, you could get an offer popping up just for walking by the store. Again, lots and lots of different uses for this: augmented ballpark tours, scavenger hunts, micro-targeted offers, etc. So I encourage you, next time you come to Miller Park, download at the ballpark and check in and check out the app. One other really cool feature, which is just kind of fun, when the players have come up to bat and they play the music, those are songs that the players have selected. So a lot of people are often like, oh, I really like that song that played before Jonathan Lucroy's at bat. In that app, you can look it up and it's linked to iTunes and you could buy it from your seat. It's crazy. All right, now I'm going to walk kind of quickly through one of our marketing campaigns and show you how we take our offline campaign and bring it online to social media and expand upon it to engage with our fans. One of our most popular ticket packages are 10 packs, and with the hook with the 10 pack is you get 10 games, plus you get to go to opening day for free. So opening day, as you guys all know, is like one of the biggest games of the year, if not the biggest game of the year. So the fact that it's free is pretty cool. So we really wanted to highlight that. We also know fans enjoy counting down to opening day because it's essentially counting down to spring, the start of summer, that sort of thing. So the theme that we used starting last year was the countdown to opening day. So in something like direct mail, where we couldn't predict when it was going to hit, you can see that it's like a countdown flipper. So we knew it was going to hit somewhere in the 70s, so that's why we had it like that. Countdown is on, go for free with the 10 pack. In print, when we knew when it was going to run, we could have the exact number of days to opening day. And we have, you can barely see it, but in the corner of Facebook and Twitter with our hashtag, and the hashtag last year was hashtag CUApril1. Online, this is an animated ad, so it would flip and it would land on the date. outdoor. We use the digital billboards, so we were always current. And then our TV spot, I think it'll play. Well, in TV, since obviously there we couldn't determine when exactly that would run either, it's a really powerful spot, and then at the end it's kind of like a tick, 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 and it says the countdown is on. So it's pretty consistent across all of the platforms. But then taking it online, we really wanted to keep it fun and engaging with our fans and not just be a straight sales message. So what Jeff and I did last year, every day we took a different photo. So we tried to tie it into what was going on. Was it a holiday? Was it something Milwaukee related? Was it straight baseball related? Brewers related? So at midnight on like 12:01, January 1st, it was exactly 90 days to opening day. So we posted the 90, made out of party favors. It's time to start a new countdown, hashtag see you April 1. So obviously this is coming out on our channel, so people knew it was, from us, and they could figure out it was, probably figure out it was opening day, although this was like the first thing that we had put out there for this campaign. And then from there, once our advertising started running, it started to get bigger. But it was almost like a teaser, kind of curiosity thing at first. You can see 86 made out of peanut shells, 85 fell on a Packers playoff game, so as a nod to them, and then the copy posted, wish them good luck, but that was the Packer jersey. 83 in the dirt, 76 fell on one of those like pseudo holidays, National Hat Day, so we tied into that. 57 was on Super Bowl Sunday, so it was taco salad. 55 was on Hank Aaron's birthday, so we wished him a happy birthday, made it out of hammers. 52, there was a snowstorm. You can see we used current and former player numbers. 48 was Mardi Gras. And I mean, we did this for every single day. These are just a sample. 46 was Valentine's Day. 43, 35 was a hot dog there. I went to spring training, and Jeff told me to find a photo of a cactus that looked like a number. And okay, sure. I did. Number 6, you can see brats on the grill, and then it was kind of this buzz. Fans started wondering, what are we going to do for number 1? And we didn't really know, but Jeff's miracle worker made this awesome ad that we ended up running this on social, and then a full page ad in the paper too. But it's the outside is comprised of all of the photos that we used leading up to the campaign, and then inside the number 1 is to take pictures of fans. So it's, what's number 1? You're number 1, the best fans in all baseball. Along with that campaign, where we're coming up with the numbers and everything every day, we asked fans to show us how they were counting down. So we had a lot of good submissions using the hashtag. You can see like someone made out of pancakes, someone made out of a kid's train set. The nails there, the girl was like crossing off the last 10 days on her nails. The winner that we picked was the one made out of bobbleheads. We figured they were a really big fan and had come to quite a few games already. The feedback we got was really great. People really picked up on this. Since it's past midnight, 64 days until Brewers baseball. See you April 1st. Oh, my season tickets arrived. It's like, opening presents on Christmas, 10 days until opening days. So just really building that excitement and that buzz. You can see here over 7,500 10-packs were sold, and then the number of tweets and Instagram posts. And what this did was kind of bridge the way to this year's campaign, which was See You March 31st. And what we decided to do was have it be completely user-generated. So for every day, fans were asked to submit how they're counting down, what are their ideas for certain numbers. So we started them off. It was 89 days this year. So opening day on New Year's. New Year, new season, new countdown. And here just a sampling. So we were really overwhelmed by the response. Our fans are really creative, and we had some great submissions. So we submitted on Instagram or Twitter, and then every day pick the best one, and then Jeff would drop in their username, the Brewers logo, and the hashtag, and then we would post it the next day. So what fans won, everybody that was involved in the countdown, they just basically got their photo shared across all of our platforms. But then all of those folks were entered to win a pair of 10 packs and tickets to opening day. All right, so now, I'm sorry I did not bring Hank with me, but I did want to touch on his story a little bit. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay, right? All right. So, how many of you guys are familiar with Hank, our ballpark pup? Okay, great. I don't have to get too much of a background, but this is just, I think, this and the 10 packs are two totally different campaigns. So the 10 packs, you could plan for that, marketing campaign, the social stuff. Every day we knew kind of where we were going with it. This is a great example of the other side of social media where you have no idea what's happening, but you just have to take advantage of it and jump on something as it's going on. So I put together a little timeline. This year I didn't go down to spring training right away. I was still back in Milwaukee and I got a call that said, hey, there's this little dog that has wandered into camp and we got some pictures. Players have really taken a liking to him, and would you mind writing a blog post and posting about it? I think, it's really cute. Fans would like it. So I wrote a story about it, and as you can see on February 19th was the first date that we posted. A little stray pup is quickly becoming the Brewers' unofficial spring training mascot. And then I just used our spring training hashtag, which was Cactus Crew. A little bit later, we posted the story because we got some more photos. Fetcher reports to spring training, tries to walk on 2014 Cactus Crew. And then at that point, it was already starting to build a little traction, so we decided to direct the conversation by giving him a hashtag, ballpark pup. So that's where that was born out of. People wondered, why didn't we start a Twitter account and that sort of. We were really just trying to find his original owner. We didn't know it was something that we were going to end up keeping, and actually adopting. So we didn't want to start a handle where that we wouldn't know what we would do once he was given back to his family. So in case you missed it, Brewer's best friend, ballpark pup, shows up at camp. So that was all on the 19th. And so I wasn't down there at the time. I was just heading down there the next day. So I was like, oh, that's cute. I didn't think too much of it. So then I get down there and another story. Every dog has his day in the clubhouse, right? Meet Hank and a little bit more interaction with Hank and the players. Then on the 23rd, we did photo day. We used the Twitter mirror. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Twitter mirror, but it's an app that Twitter offers to big brands where it's essentially an iPad with the camera flipped out, so you're looking at it as a selfie. But we put it on a really cool stand, and then it stamps your hashtag in the corner, and it tweets it out immediately. So we use the Twitter mirror. The Grammys have used it, the Oscars, some bigger events. We used it with our players for photo day and had them pose in groups or by themselves and kind of did player selfies. And of course, we just included Hank because by now he's just part of the team. But then I think it really took off with when we had Hank run the sausage race. Can we roll that video? Are we able to roll the video? Right. Just the sausage race one first. So people were saying Hank should run the sausage race. We kind of thought of it too. Got him a little costume, and we didn't really know what was going to happen. We just felt the outcome would be funny no matter what.
I looked at him, I'm sure he's gearing up for that opening day, maybe in Miller Park. Rumors are floating around here that, it's for his first outing in a sausage race with all the used sausages around him, his little hot dog costume.
He did good. It was a slow start, but he picked it up there at the end. It was nice.
Would you like to see Hank and become a regular part of the sausage race?
I think it'd be interesting, just as long as nobody steps on him.
I watched the race. Hank got off to a little bit of a slow start. Once he realized what was going on, he got his four legs in gear. And I think he pulled the race out.
Is this something that you think fans would like to see in Milwaukee?
I think so. I would enjoy watching it every day. Race people. Hopefully he wins every time.
我觉得那是头发，他应该也不敢冲到最前面，可能怕被踩到。
He thinks that and he's afraid to run too fast. In the front, maybe he will not there.
Of course, he's a hot dog, isn't he? But he was a real hot dog trying to show up everybody out there too, finishing ahead of all the different sausages, making his way to the finish line first.
So yeah, we had no idea what does Hank do. He runs the race. Like we thought, okay, if he sits there, that's kind of funny. If he runs into the outfield, that's funny. But this dog is amazing. So after we posted that, he kind of went, like, I don't like to use the term viral very loosely, but I think in this case, his whole story really did go viral. And one thing that we were able to do is use him as a forum to raise awareness about pet adoption. It's such an important issue, not just in Wisconsin and Arizona, but everywhere. So we had a pet adoption day working with the Wisconsin Humane Society at Maryville Baseball Park in Arizona. Right away, they brought a few dogs on site, and all the dogs that they brought that day were adopted. Raised a good amount of money for the cause as well. And this whole time, we were still working to find his original owner. He was starting to get a lot of exposure. The local paper did a huge story on him, the Arizona Republic. The local TV stations came out, but no one came forward to claim him. Then we've got 2 more videos. And then we're done with videos. First is Hank makes the team. So this is almost a month later, and again, first claimed him again. So we're deciding we're going to bring him back to Milwaukee with us.
Hank, you're one of the few walk-ons we've had here. Word and Zach has given me reports on you that you're a good teammate. Have you on the board there? I'm not sure where you're going to play yet. We have to take a little bit. Big responsibility to keep the fans happy, like the energy you have, quite as fast as school goes. But what you've done here, you make the club, Gord, you present Hank with his jersey, and you officially made the team today.
And then we've got one more video. I'll show you first, and I'll talk about it. I call this Hank Cam. So obviously Hank's safety and well-being was first and foremost for us, and trying to find his original owner and take care of him. But he's such a good dog, and everything that we posted about him just spiked our engagement incredibly in ways that we never imagined. I mean, fans of other teams were tweeting at us and posting, like, I'm a Cardinals fan, but I wish the Cardinals had a dog. Like, the Brewers, I can't believe they're doing this great thing to make me become a fan, and people that don't even follow baseball. So it really transcended team lines, it transcended the sport itself. So because Hank was such a good dog, and just really, I've never seen a dog like that before, but he allowed us to do these fun things with him. He was a good sport, went the sausage race, and we had what we used for that Hank cam was a GoPro, and we had brought the GoPro down to spring training to take shots with the players. So one thing that we had done was we strapped it to our catcher, Jonathan Lucroy's chest, got some cool footage of of basketball coming in, and we were able to do slow-mo, and we did this, put it on a sliding drill. So we got a lot of other footage that we shared, but we thought, hey, what happens if we put it on the dog? And that ended up being a really highly shared piece of content as well. So then from there, we announced that Hank gear, merchandise, t-shirts, pennants, buttons, plush dolls were going to be for sale, and proceeds going to the Humane Society. And then we brought him back to Milwaukee. There had been a plane of sponsors that Hank found to spring training on a charter for a trip, and Hank got to go home on the charter with them. So there he is. Again, our friends at Southwest, they allowed us to take this picture before the plane was in the air, of course. Then once he got back to Milwaukee, he made his first appearance at Miller Park, and this was at like 7 in the morning, and like, I don't know how many people, like 300 people or more showed up, and like, this little girl made a sign for him, and it was really fun. We sold out of a lot of the merchandise that first day. Then he was adopted by a member of our front office, so he officially has a home that he goes to, but the woman has made it very clear that this is the team's dog, this is the fans' dog, and they're just giving him the home and the shelter. And so Hank will still be making appearances in the community, and at the ballpark it's obviously just not practical to have a dog, or fair to the dog to have him at every game. So he will be seeing more of Hank, but she took him to get his license, so he's all official. And then we signed him to a contract in perpetuity. We had a lot of fun with the dog hunts. And then we announced that we will have a bobble Hank. So again, back to that Milwaukee, really excited about bobbleheads. There will be a bobble Hank. And that's something that had come up on social media. A lot of people asking, will there be a bobblehead? Will there be a bobblehead? And by knowing that there was a demand for it, we were able to feed that demand. And it will be Humane Society night, and a portion of all the ticket sales will go, and there'll be pet adoptions and all that stuff. So September 13th. And then Hank came out for opening day, and that was a media frenzy already, and then we got Hank to the mix, but it was a lot of fun. And then Hank had surgery.
Oh yeah.
So he's been kind of on the laying low and recovering, but you'll see him back soon. But from all of this, we got lots of national recognition. There he is on the front page of Yahoo. This is People Magazine, In Touch Magazine, ABC News, Diane Sawyer. They were out on opening day filming him. USA Today, the London Daily Mail. He went international. SI.com, The Today Show. And then you know you really made it when you meet Jimmy Fallon. Play. Probably don't have time for that. But you guys can Google the Jimmy Fallon skit if you haven't seen it. Gave Hank a hard time for his surgery. It wasn't very nice anyways. And so you guys are you're here about social media. You're probably wondering about how this impacted our social media. Well, we were trending on Facebook. The #1 trend, like nationally on Facebook, the day he made the team. So that was huge for us. As far as Twitter, we increased our Twitter followers by about 5,400 in the span of a month. Just looking at from the time we found Hank until about the middle of March. We ranked 7th in MLB in terms of engagement during that time. Instagram, we increased our followers by about 4,000. We ranked 2nd in Tumblr in terms of engagement. Here we kind of broke away from the bobblehead theme and posted a lot of Hank content there. Again, Facebook for the trending. Top 3 posts earning the highest engagement during that the span of January through March of this year were Hank related. They were the sausage race, the People magazine, and then we made a GIF of Hank running the sausage race. Let's see here. 6 of the 7 posts during that 3-month span in terms of reach were Hank related. And we increased our followers by about 30,000 during that time. For the month span from middle of February to middle of March. 6 of our 8 top blog posts in that month were Hank related. And The Hank Cam was what made the front page of Yahoo. And like I said, all those different publications as well. So he's been really a great piece of content for social, but it's also been a little bit of a challenge to balance it as well, because we are a baseball team and you have so many people that are really excited about Hank, and like I said, it transcends the love of baseball, but then you have the people that are like, enough with the dog, I want to hear about the team. So it is a really delicate balance. It was a great story for spring training especially, but now that we've kind of flipped the page, yes, you will still be seeing Hank, but we need to be cognizant of that. The one thing that the Hank Twitter account, you guys are probably wondering about, at Brewers Hank, that is not run by us or affiliated with us at all. Hank does not have a Twitter account. I mentioned early on we started using hashtag #BallPerPup because we didn't know what would become of him. And now that we kind of have him, we're still deciding if we want to create a Twitter account or an Instagram account or both. I think at this point we just may not do anything. We're still up for debate, but just so you're aware, he does not have any official accounts with us at this time. So that's something to consider as well. I didn't leave a lot of time, if any, for questions, but thank you guys so much.